Tiffany Stratton unleashes hell on Naomi after backstage fight. WWE drama erupts. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. The WWE Universe is still in complete shock. What started as a simple backstage altercation quickly turned into a full-blown war. And at the center of it all, Tiffany Stratton and Naomi, two of the most electrifying, charismatic, and powerful women in the industry today collided, and the aftermath was nothing short of absolute chaos. In today's video, we take you deep inside this explosive encounter that has left fans stunned, superstars divided, and the WWE landscape changed forever. Tiffany Stratton didn't just respond, she unleashed hell. And Naomi, she may never be the same again. Stay tuned, because we're about to break down every shocking detail, from what sparked the fight, to what really happened backstage, and Tiffany Stratton's ruthless, career-defining response. Let's dive in. The tension builds. The tension between Tiffany Stratton and Naomi didn't appear out of nowhere. For weeks, eagle-eyed fans noticed the subtle shade being thrown on social media, backstage interviews filled with passive-aggressive remarks, and a sense of mutual disdain that was growing stronger with each episode of SmackDown. At first, many thought it was just competitive fire. After all, both women have been in the hunt for gold. Naomi's high-profile comeback and fan-favorite status clashed directly with Tiffany's ascension as the center of the universe. And let's be honest, there's only room for one queen at the top. But things really started to unravel after the May 2nd episode of SmackDown. In a 6-woman tag match, Naomi and Tiffany found themselves on opposite teams. Naomi picked up the win with her signature rear view, but it was the aftermath that triggered everything. As Naomi celebrated, Tiffany glared from ringside, mouthing something clearly directed at Naomi. Cameras caught it, fans saw it. You're not her anymore. Simple, brutal, personal. The backstage brawl. No one expected what came next. Reports began to surface immediately after SmackDown went off the air. There had been a physical altercation backstage, and it involved Tiffany Stratton and Naomi. WWE security reportedly had to intervene, with one source calling it one of the most violent backstage fights in recent memory. While WWE has yet to officially release footage, leaked video from a crew member painted a disturbing picture. Naomi, still in her ring gear, could be seen confronting Tiffany outside the locker room area. Words were exchanged, loud, heated, and very personal. Then, all hell broke loose. Naomi threw the first slap, catching Tiffany off guard. But Tiffany wasn't about to let it slide. She lunged forward, tackling Naomi to the ground as crew members rushed to separate them. The two women were screaming, clawing, and absolutely furious. Naomi shouted something about respect, while Tiffany repeatedly yelled, "You don't belong here anymore." In the chaos, Naomi suffered a busted lip. Tiffany's extensions were ripped out. Security had to physically pull them apart. And when they did, Naomi stormed off, fuming and bleeding. Tiffany, she was smiling, cold, calculating, and vengeful. Stratton unleashed. The next week, SmackDown opened with a promo that no one saw coming. Tiffany Stratton strutted down to the ring, looking unfazed, no scratches, no remorse, and dressed like she was walking into a Vogue shoot, not a wrestling ring. With a microphone in hand, she delivered what might go down as one of the most savage promos in WWE Women's Division history. Tiffany, Naomi wanted to make it personal. So I did what I always do, I made it iconic. You think you're still the glow, Naomi. Honey, your light dimmed a long time ago. You're not the main event anymore. You're not even the moment. You're just the past. And if you ever try to slap me again, you won't have to worry about losing your spot. You'll lose your career. The crowd erupted in boos, but Tiffany didn't care. She doubled down. Tiffany, you want respect, Naomi. Earn it, or get out of my way before I bulldoze whatever's left of your legacy. This wasn't the bubbly, Instagram model Tiffany Stratton anymore. This was a woman on a mission. And Naomi, she was about to feel the full wrath of a star who'd had enough of being overlooked. The attack. 1 week later, Naomi returned to SmackDown. Still bruised, still limping, but with fire in her eyes. She marched down to the ring and demanded that Tiffany Stratton face her woman-to-woman. The crowd exploded. But Tiffany didn't walk down the ramp. Instead, the Titantron lit up with a pre-recorded message. Tiffany, sorry, babe, I don't do sneak attacks in the ring. I do main character energy backstage. And right then, the lights cut off. Naomi turned around. Too late. Bam. Tiffany Stratton slid into the ring from the crowd, armed with a steel chair, and she unleashed hell. A vicious chair shot to the back dropped Naomi instantly. Tiffany didn't stop. She pounded her with strikes, stomped her, then climbed the top rope and hit her signature prettiest moonsault ever, onto the chair. Officials and referees ran down, trying to pull Tiffany off. But the damage was done. Naomi was laid out, motionless. The crowd was stunned. Tiffany stood tall over Naomi's body, makeup smudged, hair wild, and not a hint of regret in her eyes. WWE reacts. WWE officials were forced to respond. Triple H, in a rare on-screen appearance, called the attack unprofessional, dangerous, and unbecoming of the WWE Women's Division. But he stopped short of suspending Tiffany. Why? Because ratings were exploding. Social media was on fire. #Tiffany Unleashed trended for 48 hours. Naomi's fans demanded justice, while others praised Tiffany for having the killer instinct needed to be a true top-tier heel. Backstage, reports say the locker room is divided. Some superstars support Naomi, calling Tiffany's attack a cheap shot. Others, they see Tiffany as the new alpha, someone who isn't afraid to go after anyone in her way, no matter how popular they are. Even Bayley weighed in. Bayley on X. Tiffany went too far. That's not how we build each other up in this division. Naomi deserves better. But Tiffany clapped back. Tiffany on Instagram story. Maybe if Bayley had this much fire left, she'd still be champ. Just saying. The fallout. Naomi was stretchered out and taken to a local medical facility. WWE later confirmed she suffered bruised ribs, a mild concussion, and cervical strain. She's out indefinitely. And Tiffany, she showed up the next week like nothing happened. Smiling, posing, sipping a protein smoothie. In an interview, she said, Tiffany, actions have consequences. Naomi got physical. I got brutal. Now she knows what happens when you come for me. And trust me, I'm just getting started. Insiders now believe WWE is fast-tracking Tiffany toward a massive title push. There are even whispers that she could be next in line for a shot at Bayley, or whoever holds the Women's Championship after SummerSlam. As for Naomi, she posted a cryptic message on social media just days after the attack. Naomi on X. She might have dimmed the light, but the glow never dies. Watch me. What comes next? So where do we go from here? The story is far from over. Naomi will return. It's not a matter of if, but when. And when she does, it won't just be for redemption. It'll be for revenge. Sources inside WWE say the company is already planning a grudge match at SummerSlam, potentially even a no-holds-barred or last woman standing match. And if this happens, it could be one of the most brutal women's feuds WWE has ever seen. Fans are calling it the new Trish vs. Lita, but with even more fire, style, and savagery. Both women bring charisma, athleticism, and unmatched